Welcome back, students. We're going to go ahead and get started with our lesson for today. And as you can see from the title, we're going to be focused on previewing a text and setting a purpose for reading. For most of you, this is a review. So why do we even preview a text, students? I'm sure you ask that question often. Well, let's look at it this way. Whenever you preview a text, it allows for you to gain a general understanding of a topic. And so when you're previewing the text, you do not read the main body of the text. Instead, you're looking at the text features that are provided within the text before you even start reading. So, can you remember what non-fictional text features are? Take a moment and think about that. Well, students, I know for myself, in order for me to recall or remember what text features are, those nonfiction text features, I look at it like this, and this is an easier way to help you. So any of the components, that are in a story or article that are not a part of the main text, that is considered text features. And they always help you better understand the topic, whether you realize it or not. So another reason why we preview a text as readers is to get familiar with how the text is structured. And when we understand how the text is structured, students, it's an easier way to find information later. So, some things you want to consider whenever you're trying to figure out how the text is structured is how large are the paragraphs? You may be looking at where are the photos and the captions, and what does it want me to better understand as the reader? Okay. Or what do the headings and subheadings show us about what order the information is in? And then you begin to better understand how the text is structured. The third reason why we preview a text, students, is to set a purpose for reading the text. So whenever you're previewing a text, it helps you to better understand the author's purpose. So you may consider what is going on in the photos that may have been provided. And then, of course, you want to find out more about what's happening here or during this specific time period to help you better understand the topic. So, students, we're going to start reading our nonfictional story called Kids on Strike. So, let's look at the book cover. As you look at the book cover, students, I want you to consider these two questions. What might this book be about based on the title and pictures? And then, what are some questions that you may want to be answered in this book as you read? Okay, just based off the book cover. And so I'm going to give you a moment to do so. You may be able to talk with the nearby buddy and discuss some of your findings based off the book cover. So you're going to be looking at the text features, previewing the book cover. So go ahead and pause the video in order to do so. All right, students, you should be coming back into finishing up this video here, our instructional video. So with me thinking out loud, as a sixth grader as you were, I, looking here at the cover, the first thing that pops out to me is actually the title, which is a text feature. And it says, of course, the kids on strike. And so that lets me know that this story is going to be about kids who are obviously going on strike. And I can see here their actual signs that they're holding up. And those signs are stating to me, we only ask for justice. And so that's one question that I want to learn further on in the book as I read. What injustice are they experiencing? I want to know what justice are they fighting for? Okay. And then I see we want to go to school. And that makes me think about the students, my students here, your age, because it looks about the age that they are, and they're not at school. And I'm wondering why. We know that in our time here, students have to go to school. If not, it's truancy. Okay. And then, of course, you and your parents can get in trouble for not allowing for you to attend school. So now I want to know even more, Why are they not in school? And I'm sure there's a few questions that you came up with as well. So let's do a knowledge check, students. Which of these is the best way to preview text? And since we've been learning about our lesson of previewing a text, let's find the best answer to this question. A, read the whole text one time quickly. B, ask a friend who read it whether it was any good. C, view the cover, contents, and other text features. Or D, read each chapter carefully, noting important ideas. So, as you answer the question, students, think about what we just learned and reviewed over previewing a text. Which is the best way to do so? All right, students, let's look at our answer options here. It says that you read the whole text one time quickly. Well, students, when we preview a text, keep in mind we are not reading the whole main body. So we've learned that and we reviewed that. So we know that A is not the correct answer. And then B says, ask a friend who read it whether it was any good. You can ask a friend, but that's not going to allow for you to properly preview a text because remember, you're looking at your text features to help you better understand the topic before you even begin to read. And then D says, read each chapter carefully, noting important ideas. Once again, students, we know that D is not correct because whenever you preview a text, it's short and brief. And so you're looking at the important details that have been provided through text features for you, whether that's pictures, whether it's the closed captions, the title, the subheadings. You're looking at any type of bolded words or bolded text, things of that sort. And that occurs before you even read the whole body. So we're not going to be going through the chapters, reading them carefully. So that leaves our answer choice to be C. C is the correct answer, students. And if you chose that, awesome job. So you're reviewing the cover, the contents, and any of those text features that we've also reviewed and talked about. Now, let's have some background knowledge about the kids on strike. So some background knowledge includes students that the book settings is in the mid to late 1800s to early 1900s. It is a non-fictional text, so we know it's not false. So people and stories have actually happened within the story of Kids on Strike. Keep in mind also that there were no laws that prevented any kind of abuse to children or women. There were no laws that prevented child labor or exploitation. So then that makes me kind of conclude or possibly understand that maybe that's why the kids are not in school because they might be working. And then there were no laws that protected women or girls from their husbands and fathers, whether it was mental, physical, or emotional abuse. Also, students, during this time, hygiene was not a big part of their daily life. So that means that as we know, we're in times of COVID-19. And so we have to be careful to make sure we keep our hygiene up. And that includes using our hand sanitizer and washing our hands and things of that sort. Well, during this time, hygiene was not important. And then the workplace injuries were very common and very ugly. So injuries occurred to adults as well as children. Because remember, there's no laws that protected child labor or prevented it. So students around your age, children around your age, were working. Now, I do want to read this disclaimer to you just to prepare you for the story that we're going to read. So the book Kids on Strike will mention injuries that do take place while working. And remember, this is a non-fictional story, so it is true. It actually happened. And there will be descriptions that, while they're not explicitly gory, they are quite graphic. And it may be considered a little disturbing to some of you. So just keep that in mind as we get into Kids on Strike. So let's do a quick recap, students, on previewing the text. So I want to tell you that these is a great way to actually review how to preview a text accurately. And this short acronym does an awesome job in aiding you in that. So T is for title. So whenever you're previewing a text, you're definitely looking at the title of the cover of the book or the story. You're looking at the headings, which is for H, and you're looking at the subheadings. You're looking at the introduction for I. So remember, you're reading like the first few sentences. You're looking at every first sentence in each section. You're looking at the actual visuals and vocabulary. So any type of pictures or closed captions, or even maybe they may have some graphics there. They may have some bolded words or bolded text there, things of that sort. And then you're looking at the end of an article or at the end of the chapter's questions. So there might be some questions available for you at the end. And then it might even get you to start thinking about questions that you want to go ahead and start asking before you even start reading the text or during the text. And then S is for summarizing what you're thinking. And once you do this, students, following this short acronym, it'll definitely help you preview the text quick and easy. So once again, why is it important to preview the text? Well, there's three main points. One, it helps you better understand the text that you're reading. Two, it helps you learn about the ideas in the text as the story develops. And then three, it helps you figure out how the text is organized. So you're going to be easily determining the text structure and even the author's purpose. So what's next, students? You want to complete the discussion post and Schoology that goes with this lesson. You want to make sure that you have viewed the instructional videos and completed the activities and Schoology folder for today. And then you want to go to Island and complete any assignments in your assignment portal that has been assigned by your teacher. And please don't forget that if you have not completed your grade diagnostic assessment, it needs to be completed by Wednesday, January the 13th. Thank you for watching, students, and have a great day.